Antonio today, the only local news station with nonstop news.
It is what we do. Good morning. Nonstop news starts right now. We are the only TV station in town that is commercial free all the way up to the top of the hour.
We have you covered this morning, including a look at traffic with Joy and a look at your weather with Jeannette. Good morning, Jeannette.
Good morning. Just absolutely gorgeous out there this morning. The humidity is low, the sky is clear, and temperatures have cooled down. Lots of 60s. It's 66 right now in San Antonio, 63 in Gonzales. Cuero is closer to 62. Check out Bernie. That's the cool spot, 59 degrees. Kerrville closer to 60. Now to the west and southwest, it's milder, and that's because there's still some lingering moisture in those spots. 69 in Uvalde, 73 in Del Rio, Carrizo Springs, closer to 74. We'll have lots of sunshine today, and temperatures this afternoon will be warming up into the low 90s. 91 out west, near 90 in the Hill Country, 92 here in San Antonio and the Central Zone, closer to 93 in the Eastern Zone. Tomorrow we'll start off once again in the 60s, perhaps upper 60s near 70. And then the heat comes back later this week into the weekend. So does the Gulf moisture. Very small rain chance this weekend, and that may continue into early next week. All the details coming up in your full forecast, showing you the 7-day zone by zone in under 10 minutes.
Busy morning for traffic, but right now we've hit a little bit of a lull. It is busy and you are going to feel the congestion as we start to push into rush hour, but no major lane closures aside from the one that we have gotten used to in the downtown area. This is I-35 northbound at South Alamo Street. I say we've gotten used to it. I don't know if you ever get used to San Antonio traffic. Looking about a 15 to 20 minute delay behind that construction closure. It's also stretching out onto Highway 90 as well. Zooming out, here's what the rest of town looks like. Everything else is just going to be usual rush hour traffic. So moving on here, I do want to check in with photojournalist David Mendoza. He is live from your South Texas Ford dealer Sky Ford, tracking a unfolding SWAT situation on the west side. Now, when we checked in with him last, this team had just arrived on scene. He was following this long line of BCSO units because he was trying to see if it was going to affect your morning commute. It didn't. It led to this. And so, David, I know some things have unfolded since the last time we talked. What have you seen so far?
Hi, Joy. Looks like everything is wrapping up. So just as soon as it began, it is already over. We saw the sheriff's office bust down this door, throw a flashbang, get in there, and bring out someone detaining a man, bringing him to the back of the SWAT vehicle. You see, they just turned off all their lights. It's over with. This all unfolded within about 15 minutes. They got in, got a guy, got out. So whatever they wanted him for, they got him, and he's off with them right now. So we've actually reached out to the sheriff's office to see what all of this was about. This was off 211 and 90, so far west side of San Antonio, and one of these newer developments in the area. So it looks like everything was resolved really quickly, and they got the guy they wanted. Again, we'll keep you updated with what this was all about on air and online. Back to you for now.
All right, thanks, David. That's the latest for now. We'll have more updates with your on-time traffic.
All right, Joy, thank you. About 15 minutes now before 7 a.m. this morning, deputies are looking for whoever shot and killed a young man on the far west side. This was about 7 o'clock last night off Cinco de Mayo Drive and Calle Fincias. Deputies think the victim, someone in their early 20s. Witnesses say the victim was arguing with the shooter, 2 others before shots were fired. The shooter and others still on the loose this morning.
Time now is 6:44. A mental health call Monday morning turned into a shooting with police. It happened around 9:30 Monday morning at a home along West Dixon on the south side, where a 16-year-old was reportedly harming himself with a knife inside that home. Witnesses say the teen came out and ran towards the officers with 2 knives. Initially, one of the officers tried to tase the teen, but when that didn't work, shots were fired. The 16-year-old is in the hospital recovering from bullet wounds to his shoulder and thigh. Police say they've been called to the home multiple times before. No officers were injured in this incident. Happening now, Bexar County Pretrial Services says it has learned of a scam involving GPS and inmates. The county says people are being called and told they need to pay a fee so their loved ones can be released with GPS monitoring. Victims are then warned if they don't pay up, a hold or warrant will be placed on the defendant, preventing them from leaving the jail. Bexar County Pretrial Services says they will never ask for money through a wire transfer service, nor will an employee go looking for you to accept a payment.
Emma Allen at the live desk. U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and Air Force General Dan Kane took an unexpected trip to Puerto Rico this week. Both Hegseth and Kane met with officials as well as spoke with nearly 300 soldiers there at a National Guard base. This trip comes as the U.S. ramps up military operations in the Caribbean against drug cartels. And just over a week ago, hundreds of Marines were deployed to the U.S. territory for a training exercise. Puerto Rico's governor said the visit was on behalf of the Trump administration support for the training, and she also thanked the administration for recognizing the importance for the fight against drug cartels. And in a social media post, Hegseth said the Marines were on the front lines defending the homeland. That is the latest from the live desk.
All right, Emma, thank you. President Trump working to protect prayer in public schools. Yesterday he announced plans to issue new guidance on prayer in school during a visit to the Museum of the Bible in Washington, D.C. Now, the guidance is unclear, but he has vowed to make religion a focus in our country. He is also launching a new initiative to encourage Americans to pray for the country.
This morning, one lawmaker is fighting against House Bill 8, which would split the STAAR test into 3 separate tests at the beginning, middle, and end of the school year. State Representative Gina Hinojosa taking to X, saying, "Veto it, Governor Greg Abbott. You promised to eliminate the STAAR test, not supersize it." The governor has expressed his support for the change.
It's 6:47 now on this Tuesday, making the headlines across the country. A suspect being charged with murder. Police say that he stabbed a Ukrainian refugee on a train to North Carolina.
The unprovoked attack was caught on camera last month. News 4 San Antonio's Tawny Davis is live right now to tell us how this adds to the suspect's already violent criminal history. Good morning, Tawny.
Good morning. The victim, 23-year-old Irina Zaruska, sat down on that train the night of August 22nd, with police saying just minutes later her attacker pulled out a knife and struck at her 3 times. Now, the 34-year-old suspect, DeCarlos Brown, is now being charged with first-degree murder. Court documents show Brown has a lengthy criminal record. In 2015, he served about 6 years in prison after being convicted for robbery with a dangerous weapon. Zaruska's obituary reads that she fled Ukraine with her family to escape the war with Russia. This deadly attack comes after the Trump administration vows to crack down on crime in predominantly Democratic cities.
We have to be able to handle that. If we don't handle that, we don't have a country.
Charlotte Mayor Vi Lyles thanked local media who did not repost the tragic video. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy claims it shows the ugly truth behind the criminal justice policies of the city's mayor. Now, as for ways to possibly reduce crime, former FBI investigators say that constant surveillance can be a deterrent in and of itself. Reporting live, I'm Tawny Davis. Back to you.
Prince Harry is back in the UK, fueling speculation that he could meet with his father, King Charles, for the first time in nearly 2 years. The Duke of Sussex made a short trip to Windsor Monday. He laid a wreath and flowers on Queen Elizabeth's grave on the 3rd anniversary of her death. It's unclear whether he plans to meet with his father. Their last encounter was in February of 2024 after King Charles's cancer diagnosis. Apple is expected to unveil its next lineup of iPhones today. This will be the first release since President Trump's widespread tariff policy, which aims to bring manufacturing back to the U.S. The company is expected to announce the iPhone 17 model. Experts believe these models will increase in price by up to $100.
Around San Antonio, popular Tejano star Ram Herrera has announced that he is battling stage 4 prostate cancer.
News 4 San Antonio's Christina De Leon has more on Herrera's hope for the future and his message to his fans this morning. Good morning, Christina.
Good morning, Marissa. Good morning, everyone. In a video on his fan Facebook page, the popular Tejano singer Ram Herrera announced this recent diagnosis. Just a few hours ago, Ram announcing the diagnosis, saying that he would not need chemotherapy, but radiation instead. Herrera, who is well known right here in San Antonio and across the state, he gained popularity in the early 80s for his role in the David Lee Garza y Los Musicales band. He used the message urging the importance of getting screened for prostate cancer or any cancer and talked about what's ahead for his future.
I'm going to have to change my whole way of living, basically. And like I say, once again, camaradas, I urge y'all to go get screened before it's too late. It's amazing what they can do now. And so and I'm going to put all my trust in them and in Jesus. And I really do hope you keep praying for me. And hope to see you out there soon.
Hope to see you out there soon. He said he would start his treatment with pills at first and then radiation treatment for the next several weeks. And of course, we are wishing him all the best with his road, hopefully a speedy road to recovery. Reporting live in the Content Center, I'm Christina Velion. We will send it back to you.
Now your certified most accurate 4-zone weather with meteorologist Jeannette.
Smidge of fall.
Yes.
Well, just a
little taste.
Yeah, just a little appetizer.
50s, 60s, and low 70s for air temperatures.
Nice.
Very nice for late summer morning. So enjoy this, because as we go through the day, it'll heat up fast. We'll get to the low 90s by this afternoon, which is still not too bad. Pleasant mornings, that's what we are going to see this week. Not much of a rain chance, although there will be some very small rain chances in that 7-day forecast. Atlantic hurricane season is quiet. Take a look at the water vapor satellite in the brown. That's highlighting the batch of dry air that is sweeping across the state. With this drier air in place, we have no cloud cover, or very little to no cloud cover, and because of that, temperatures have cooled down. Across Texas, high pressure is parked just to the west, and we're seeing dry conditions on the eastern side of that ridge. Along a stationary front, there is still a bit of wet weather down towards deep south Texas and just off the coast. There is some cloud cover with a bit of rain getting closer to the panhandle of Texas, but that should be fizzling out momentarily. High pressure will be moving farther east. That's going to be anchored across the state by the middle to latter half of the week. Once it shifts farther to the east, clockwise flow around high pressure will bring in more Gulf moisture. So you may notice more cloud cover Thursday, Friday, and certainly this weekend. There may be an upper level disturbance that comes in on Monday. At the surface, let's take a look at the surface map. So high pressure is the weather maker that's going to keep us dry this week. It's going to block any storm system or cold front from entering the state. As Gulf moisture returns on Thursday, there may be an isolated shower, especially across the east. That's the case again on Friday. Closer to San Antonio, we'll have to wait for the weekend to see maybe a shower, rain chance at 10%. Monday, rain chance goes up to 20%. Want to show you that late next week into the following weekend, there may be a front that swings across the state, but that may just stay to the north. We'll watch it regardless. In the tropics, though, no development over the next 7 days, not in the Atlantic basin. In the eastern Pacific basin, though, there's a tropical wave off the west coast of Central America. That's going to stay off the west coast of Mexico, but it looks like that's going to be the next named storm there. Pleasant summer morning with the lower humidity and the cooler temperatures. We're at 66 in San Antonio right now. We'll keep it that way for the next hour. 67 closer to 8. At noon, I do believe we'll get closer to 83, 84 degrees. And then warming up to 92 degrees, sunny and dry all day today. Kiddos heading out, or maybe you heading out early this morning, may need that sweater. Tomorrow morning, 67 in the afternoon, 93. More clouds Thursday and Friday, mid-90s. This weekend, warmer and more humid with a 10% rain chance. Monday, a 20% rain chance. Here's the extended forecast for the other 3 zones. In the western zone, a 20% rain chance Sunday. Hill country, about a 10% rain chance over the weekend, if not partly sunny this weekend. And the eastern zone, a 10% rain chance late week into the weekend.
Let's check in again on the roads before you head out the door here. It's a busy morning. That said, we don't have any major lane closures happening aside from that ongoing construction work happening downtown. So if you've driven through downtown at all recently, you are familiar with this already, but right now it's causing about a 20-minute delay, both on I-35 northbound and along Highway 90, as well as you approach I-35. Rest of San Antonio, it's normal, but it is busy and crowded. Let's check in one last time with photojournalist David Mendoza. He is live from your South Texas Ford dealer, Sky 4. Hi, David.
Hey, here we are at 90 and 35, looking at all the traffic coming in from the west side. You know, I've seen way worse days when it comes to traffic. We're looking okay. The air is crisp outside. It feels good. We're going to have a great day. Everybody have a happy Tuesday. Until next time, back to you.
All right, David decrees it a good day for all of us. Thank you, and we will continue to check in every morning. But for now, that's the latest for this morning with your on-time traffic.
In the Allen at the line desk, our eyes are watching California after a major brush fire seen here destroyed structures and left 2 people hurt in the East County area of San Diego late Monday. The Coach's fire in Lakeside, just about 20 minutes outside of San Diego, burned only 5 acres but destroyed 6 structures and prompted evacuations. Those evacuations were just lifted a short time ago, but one of the victims was treated for burns and the other for smoke inhalation. according to fire officials there at the scene. The blaze started just north of Interstate 8 before its forward progress was stopped about 90 minutes later. But this isn't the only fire that's gotten out of control over there in California. Over the last week, multiple wildfires have broken out throughout central California. One fire called the Garnet Fire that's the same video, but eventually we'll get that other video up. It burned nearly 55,000 acres since sparking on August 24th, and it's only about 14% contained. That's the latest from the live desk.
Emma, thank you. You know, we all need a pick-me-up from time to time, which is the specialty of a certain Haven for Hope volunteer. Respectfully, how does the dog help you?
Honestly, I don't know how I could have made it without him. He's absolutely essential for me. He's so loving and he's just so fun to be around, and he's one of the reasons that I'm alive.
So the name alone makes you smile. That is Mr. Little Wiggles, the dog that has plenty of love to give, which helps in a lot more ways than you can possibly imagine, and that starts at home, his home. Don't miss that story tomorrow morning on News 4 at 6 a.m. As he makes his way around Haven for Hope, I got to tell you, the reaction that he got was cool, to say the least. Very inspiring. Don't miss that. For you folks who say, I want something good on the news, watch tomorrow morning.